Can it be done?
Can it?
Is it possible?
Is it?
Can you live full-time in an RV that's about 130 square foot? We're going to let you know, and we're going to answer that question. We are Chris and Katrina, and welcome to the channel, Our Everyday Getaway. Give you a background on us real quick. We have been full-time living now for 3 years, and we started out in a Class A diesel pusher, a 2018 Holiday Rambler Endeavor XE.
38.
K.
K.
That's got about 300 square foot on it, and we decided to downsize to a 2014 Winnebago Trend 23L, and it's got about 130 square feet.
It is small compared to the diesel pusher.
And we've been living in it full time now for about a year, give or take.
I would say, yeah,
Almost
that's
a year.
Close, yes.
The two of us, plus, you know him, you love him, Tucker.
Big dog.
And we're going to let you know just how difficult or easy it is. So we're going to take a look inside the RV, kind of go around things, show you how we set things up, and we'll let you know, can it be done and should it be done?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Come on.
Let's go see.
Let's go find out.
Let's go see.
Let's
Ready
go,
to go inside.
Let's go inside.
Okay, let's go.
Tucker, you stay out here, buddy.
So when I come in the RV, so and just for me, the way I live in the RV every day, I'll start. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start in the back because I get up in the morning. So here we go in our small full-size bed. Okay. First of all, it's a bear to make the bed. Getting up in the morning. First of all, I get woken up in the morning and Chris is doing his push-ups and whatnot. The funny thing is this whole RV rocks. So I'm up first thing in the morning. Very difficult to make this bed. But you know what? It's okay. It's all good. And then the clothing situation is a little tight. You open up any of these cabinets, this is some of Chris's stuff, but there's a lot of stuff packed in there.
So all of my stuff is in these two cabinets.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff is up there. Yeah. And that's kind of the way I like it. I just kind of fold it, put it up there. I don't have baskets or anything. Don't need it. I'm okay. I'm a guy. I can make these things work. So that's where I store most of my clothes. Now, the other cabinet is yours, right?
That's mine. And I keep a lot of stuff up there that I don't use all the time because, again, I got to climb over the bed to get up there. The nice thing is, though, when I do need something, we do have a decent amount of closet space. So Chris has some things. I might have a little bit more, but that all works. And then I can put shoes back in here and I push them back that way. So when I get up in the morning, I'm in this cabinet or I'm in this one or this one. I'm not going to show you, but I have all like my beauty supplies and stuff in here and some personal items down there. But it's all good. Very convenient for Katrina. The bathroom, on the other hand,
is more storage.
Let's go in here and show them what you got in there.
Well, yeah.
So what I like to do is I like to put our winter coats and our coats of any kind, jackets in the back. That way it alleviates the front storage, but it's still easy to get to. Tucker's food, laundry detergent, shampoo, all that kind of good stuff.
Let me jump in here, guys, so you can see this real quick. It's just a small little medicine cabinet. We just have a few things in there and a small sink.
Yeah.
And under the sink, we have some storage. Not a lot, but we have your storage.
And that's plenty enough space for Chris and I. Honestly, half the time when we go anywhere, we use the shower houses. I don't like to use shower houses typically, but in this situation, it's just too much trouble to take everything out of the shower and move it to the bed, and then it gets wet and I gotta wait for it to dry or I have to wipe it down. So the shower house is good.
Let me add it to, she's absolutely right. So that'll depend on where we stay. If we boondock, we have to kind of make it work and maybe take those, you know, military, Navy showers, or whatever you want to call them. And what's important is the shower house, how decent it is. That is a downfall. Taking everything out, because it's a storage area.
Yes.
Taking everything out to put it on the bed to take a shower, even if we have full hookups. So once again, you know my rule. When I get to a site that's got full hookups and a shower house, I go check the shower house first. This is what you do when you're in a rig this small. You maximize every little nook and cranny.
Well, you also have to figure out your own space when you're in the RV. You know, it's very difficult. Chris and I have been married for 33 years, and we still have trouble finding our own space, especially in a small rig like this. He predominantly sits up front, is on the computer, or he's listening to a podcast. So in the evenings, if I get tired early, I'll literally take this TV here and I can pull it out and I can turn it and it goes right into the bedroom area. And then I'll watch, one of my girly chick flicks or something like that. A murder mystery is always great. Right, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, love it. Oh, fantastic.
But in the morning, I don't always make Chris breakfast, but when I do, there's a lot of shuffling around. I have to lift up this, move everything over. I have to get this all open. I have to cook on that, and then I have to wash the dishes, put everything back. So there's a lot of shuffling around, but it's all manageable.
The pots and pans are limited on what we have because we're limited for space. So you basically got just the bare necessities to cook everything.
Yeah. This is it. I have one pot and one pan.
Yep.
And that's all I have, and that does everything. Oh, but we do have a crock pot and a air fryer, which are underneath the storage of the bed. With this rig, you do have like a little extra area here that I can use. And most of the time I use this is when I'm doing dishes and I put them to the side to dry them. Otherwise, it gets a little cramped in here. And with Tucker, the poor thing, he comes in and literally, if he goes to the front of the RV, which he likes to sit by Chris, he has a hard time turning around. So anything we can do to make it more open, especially for him, is a good thing.
Yeah. And let's talk about the lack of pantry space we have.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. We have, not only do we have lack of pantry space, we have lack of refrigerator space. So we end up going to the grocery store, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. It's not that we want to. It's just that our freezer, I'll show you. The freezer here is very small. And if you put too many items in there, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? It gets all frozen up and whatever it is. And then I have to defrost it. But we have food in here, but you can only keep so much. And you don't want to put too much meats in the refrigerator because they're not going to last for so many days and I can't freeze much. So we do go to the grocery store more often than not.
And what happens is we will find a location when we're going from point A to point B, somewhere along the line or somewhere along the way, we will find a grocery store, Walmart or whatever it may be, to stop at. And that's just one of the downfalls to being in a small rig, and you just manage.
On a side note, I'd rather go to the local grocery stores and contribute to them than I would go to the Walmarts. But sometimes you have no choice. A Walmart is a Walmart and you just go to Walmart.
We have the drop down bunk, but we never use it.
Well, we've only let our granddaughters get up there and goof around, but they've never spent the night with us in here, so we haven't had to use it. Now, if we did, we could, if we wanted to, we could get 6 people in here pretty comfortably. With Chris and I in the back, 2 up here. This is a double bed when it comes down. And also up front here, this small love seat and this small love seat here and the table here. The table comes down to about here. The love seats move over. These cushions come down, so it's actually one big, it's almost like a queen size bed. So you can do 2, 2, and 2.
We don't do that for how we live in this RV.
We don't.
This bed over here is Tucker's bed, and we cover it up with a sheet. That's his bed. That's where he's at most nights. Now during the day, when we're in and out here, if he comes in, he's up along this floor right here. The problem we run into right here is that in order for us to get by, we have to step out of the way and let each.
If we have to get by, it's like this.
Stepping over Tucker.
And this, to get by Tucker.
And
that's okay. That's okay.
And it's the same if you and I need to get by. We have to kind of.
We have to juggle. Like a lot of times, I'll be in the kitchen, even if Chris is getting in the bedroom or he's getting in the bathroom, and I'll have to kind of get into the corner here so that he can get through. Otherwise, the front of the RV is small as well, but it actually works. I mean, Chris can sit here and do what he has to do on here. If he wants to watch something on the TV, we can flip it around. We can watch that. I can sit here and do my work on that side. And then actually, which is kind of cool with this RV has more room than you think. There we go. So this RV also has this extra, table area. So Chris can use it if he wants to this way. We can push it over this way. This is actually really nice.
But once again, though, we never use it like this. We never use it. If anything, I use it just like that as an extra counter space for work. Right. And that's it. And this is Katrina's side. where she works,
Yeah.
doing all her stuff. And then we have
Small storage area up here that we keep just, excuse me, a bunch of snacks. Not much.
over here is kind of wasted space. Now, some Winnebago Trent owners will remove these cabinets and do away with them.
Yeah.
We have a TV in here. We've never used this TV. We don't use it. We just use the other TV.
No.
Up here is, once again, there's storage up here. So we just put miscellaneous things in here like...
Chris's camera equipment.
No, my camera equipment is on the other side. Over here, we keep things like manuals and whatnot. And then over here is where I keep all my camera stuff. And even this space up here, guys, this shelf up here. Hey, BK, how you doing? Even this space up here, I'll, you know, when we park someplace, and I'll store stuff up here if we're going to be here for a few days. Get it up here out of the way.
What is the square foot on this thing? Do you know?
It's about 130 square foot, which is our first rig, or the diesel pusher is about 300. So we cut it in half.
At least.
The thing is, you learn, you'd be amazed at how quick you can adapt to, you get into a routine. You know, if Katrina's in the bathroom, I stay away from that area the best I can, and vice versa. It can be done. I don't know if this is something that we could do long term. It's amazing what you do. And look, there are people who are full-time living in a van, which is even smaller than this. I don't know how they do it, because this for us is a struggle. I will say, I love Tucker very much. If we didn't have Tucker with us, it would probably be, is it fair to say, a little bit easier?
More comfortable, yeah.
I'll take Tucker over the more comfort.
It would be more comfortable. And then you have to remember, you have a big dog like him, and most dogs shed. There are some breeds that don't, but, you know, in here, he sheds. So if we don't keep him clipped, shaved, there's hair everywhere too. It's another thing.
It's already difficult for you to have privacy in almost any RV, or to get up and get around and not disturb your significant other. It's even more so in a rig this small. It can be done. The question is, do you want to? Now, it could get into price. You could get into pricing. You know, this is going to be more affordable, and this may be something to start out in.
Well, and two, for us, when we made the choice to purchase this guy, we made sure we bought used, and there are a lot of really nice used rigs out there, so I would definitely look into that.
So let me show you outside real quick, and I'll have Katrina, she can work the camera. So we only have 2 storage compartments out here, and we're limited on what we can take. So we wanted to take some chairs. So in this compartment over here, now some of you are going to freak out, okay? But in here is all the sewer hookup stuff. There's only a couple hoses. I don't need much. And I keep that in here in a separate bag, take it out when I need to go ahead and hook up the hose, the sewer hose. Right here in this barrel, I keep 2 regular hoses and water hoses for the hookup. I have a few extra extension cords. Back here under there is a ladder, which is, this is under the bed storage. And then that's a socket set I keep in there. I also keep a couple blocks of wood in there for leveling. Not only do I have the plastic leveling blocks, but I also have a few 4x8s, I think, pressure treated wood. I'm not worried about keeping this neat and clean and organized. I got a working system. This will do fine. I minimize this. I have the solar panels I put in here. I'll put the chairs in here along with the table and a mat. It all fits in there just perfect. That is this compartment. And up front is a smaller compartment. So in here, a few things. I have my tools in here. I have some foldable cones, which if you guys don't have these, you got to check these out. Go to our Amazon store. It's in the link down below. These are great. So I have a few of these. I have a few cordless power tools in here, just a few, a drill and a screw gun. I have some oil, some coolant, and a few funnels. And then what we do is when we wrap up, I disconnect the Starlink cable from the dish end, wrap up the cord, set the cord in here because the other end is connected to the router and the Bluetti. And then I store the stand in here, and then we store the we store the dish inside. We lay it down inside, and it works out just fine. And I put the chalks in here, the wheel chalks in here, plenty of room. And I only take enough tools for what I need. My thinking was I don't have a lot of tools. I got the basics. And the way I figured it is, because space is limited, if I run into a problem or issue and I need another tool, I'll just go out and buy it. So until then, even though I have plenty of tools with a larger rig, once again, space is limited, so you just make it work. And that's pretty much, that's it as far as outside storage. Now, if you want, some people have stored stuff on the top, but there's no exterior ladder for me, and I don't want to lift and carry things up and down. I try to keep it easy.
What about the tire you added on the back?
We did add a spare tire, but that's in the hitch, so that's pretty easy and manageable. But that's it. So we're, once again, it can be done, and we keep things to a minimal. It can be done. And we get this question a lot from a lot of subscribers and friends and family. How do you do it? Can it be done? What do you think? Are you happy with it? For the time being, it's been worked out great. The trip up to Alaska has been great. This was perfect for Alaska. If you guys haven't checked out those videos, I'll put a link above. And we have our whole Alaska series, which we're still doing, by the way. And you can check out how well this rig performed. So, what do you think?
I think it was perfect. It worked for everything we needed. Even though space was cramped and tight at certain times, I wouldn't do it any other way. I would do it again.
Can you full-time live in a rig this small?
Absolutely.
Should you?
Absolutely.
That's up to the individual, right?
Well,
it
you're
is.
asking our opinion. So in my opinion, I would do it again. I think that we made it work. Yeah, were there times it was a little tight? Yeah, there were. But after looking at everything all together, this was the way to go, and I'm happy that we made the decision.
Well, we hope you guys found this video helpful and useful. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. If this is your first time here and you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you along for the ride, and it's been interesting. It's been great. It's been fun.
Good one.
Remember, guys, any day you can get away.
It's a great day.
You guys take care. We'll see you.
Take care. See you guys.